Have you ever stood in front of a big office meeting, looked at your PowerPoint slides, and suddenly felt your knees shaking while your mouth went completely dry?
Oh, yes! It feels like everyone in the boardroom is staring right through you, just waiting for you to make a clumsy English grammar mistake.
Today, we are going to turn that presentation terror into absolute corporate confidence. Stay with us. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another heavy-duty episode of the English Talkshow. I am incredibly happy to have you sharing this growth space with us today.
Yes, welcome back, family. Today, we are launching into a massive topic for your career advancement: how to deliver an office presentation in English like a high-paid manager, even if you are terrified of public speaking.
We know exactly how it feels. You survived a busy morning, you prepared your data perfectly, but when it is your turn to present, the fear of speaking English forces your mind to go completely blank.
Do not let that fear limit your salary. By the end of this 20-minute deep dive, you will know the exact professional formulas to open a presentation, guide your audience through slides, and handle difficult questions with pure grace.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for coming today. To be honest, I am delighted to see so many departments represented here. My name is Leo, and today I am going to share our financial performance results for this quarter.
Wow, that was a beautifully smooth opening. Notice how clear and slow your voice was? It instantly made you look like a leader.
Thank you. The secret is to have a set opening formula memorized. It saves your brain power during those first nervous 30 seconds. I always start with a greeting, thank the audience, and state my main objective clearly.
That is an excellent corporate strategy. Let's look at that structure again. You said, "Thank you all for coming today." It is incredibly simple, polite, and completely standard in every multinational company.
Exactly. After the greeting, you must give the audience an overview of your schedule. You can say, my talk will take about 10 minutes, and I will be happy to answer any questions at the very end.
Setting that boundary is very smart. It gives you a chance to complete your thoughts without people interrupting you while you speak.
Now, let's look at our first major point. If you look at this chart on the screen, you can see that our digital sales grew by 15% last month.
That is a very impressive growth spike. What caused that sudden jump in sales during such a competitive month?
That brings me directly to my next point. Moving on to our marketing strategy, we launched a highly successful online campaign targeted at younger professionals.
Stop right there. You just used a fantastic linguistic tool called signposting. Our listeners need to memorize that phrase.
Yes, signposting phrases are like traffic signs for your audience. They tell people exactly where the conversation is going. Instead of just saying next page, you say moving on to my next point, or let's turn our attention to the data.
It makes the entire presentation sound connected and logical. It keeps your audience from getting confused or looking at their phones because they can follow your journey easily.
To wrap up this section of my talk, I want to emphasize that our teamwork was the true key to this victory. We worked late, but the final outcome is magnificent.
Thank you for that clear summary. The data makes perfect sense when you explain it step by step like that.
Whew. Once you finish your main points, you enter the conclusion phase. You should never just stop talking abruptly and say, finished. You must summarize the core message.
True. A weak ending ruins a strong presentation. You can use phrases like, to conclude, or, in short, the main takeaway today is...
Yes, it reminds the audience why they sat through your talk in the first place, especially after a long day when everyone is feeling a bit tired and ready to go home.
And it sets up the final, most terrifying part of any corporate presentation, opening the floor to questions from the audience.
That brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Now, I would like to open the floor for any questions you might have.
Thank you, Leo. I have a question regarding the budget. Are you absolutely certain that this marketing campaign won't become a bit expensive for us next quarter?
That is an excellent question. Thank you for asking. To be honest, we have already capped our ad spending limits to protect our budget, so there is zero financial risk.
Wow! That was a masterclass in diplomacy. You didn't get defensive or nervous when a tough question was thrown at you.
Never panic when someone asks a difficult question. Use the validation trick. First, buy yourself time to think by saying, "Thank you, that is an interesting question." It calms your nervous system down.
That gives your logical brain a moment to take a break and construct a professional answer instead of reacting with fear. What happens if you genuinely do not know the answer to a question?
Be completely honest. Never try to fake an answer in a corporate meeting. Just say, "I don't have that specific data with me right now, but I will check it and get back to you by this afternoon." It sounds incredibly professional.
That is brilliant advice. Honesty builds trust, and trust is the ultimate currency in any professional environment.
Exceptional work today. Let's step out of the office boardroom and break down the high-value language tools we just demonstrated. Our very first key phrase is open the floor.
Yes, to open the floor means to invite the people in an audience to start asking questions or sharing their opinions. For example, a manager might say, "I have shared my thoughts. Now let's open the floor to the team."
Perfect. Our second core phrase is signposting. These are specific words and phrases used to guide listeners through the structure of a presentation. An example sentence for our listeners is, "Good signposting makes an English presentation incredibly easy to follow."
The third crucial concept is main takeaway. The main takeaway is the most important lesson, point, or piece of information that you want your audience to remember from your talk. For example, the main takeaway from our meeting today is that we need to improve our customer service.
Finally, remember the phrase "get back to you." This is a professional phrasal verb that means to contact someone later with more information. For example, "I will check the budget numbers and get back to you by Monday morning." It is a staple phrase in corporate communication.
Now, let's activate your speaking muscles with our interactive shadowing practice. Put away your fear, stand up straight, look at our screen, and repeat these corporate sentences out loud during the 3 seconds of silence.
Let's practice a flawless opening sentence. First, slowly. "Thank you all for coming today. My name is Leo." Now, with natural professional authority, "Thank you all for coming today. My name is Leo."
Wonderful. Now let's practice a smooth signposting transition slowly. Moving on to my next point, let's look at the chart. Now at a normal office speed. Moving on to my next point, let's look at the chart.
Let's master the ultimate Q&A defense phrase. Slowly. "That is an excellent question. Thank you for asking." Now, fluently and confidently. "That is an excellent question. Thank you for asking."
Pop quiz time! Let's check your active listening skills and professional intuition.
We want to see your corporate intellect lighting up the comments section down below right now. Do not be lazy. If a senior director asks you a difficult question during a presentation and you do not know the answer, what should you do?
A. Make up a fake number on the spot so you look smart and hope they do not check it.
B. Say you do not have that specific data right now, but you will check it and get back to them later.
Drop an A or a B in the comments. We track every single answer to make sure our audience is building true, unbreakable career habits.
Let's summarize your 3 golden rules for a flawless corporate presentation. Memorize your opening script so you can speak confidently from the very first second. Use clear signposting phrases to guide your audience smoothly from slide to slide. Validate your questioners during the Q&A session to buy your brain time to think.
Your homework for this week is crucial for your salary growth. Stand in front of your bedroom mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and practice saying the phrase, "Moving on to my next point, let's look at the data." Say it 3 times right now.
Next week on the English Talkshow, we are unlocking the survival phrases of a professional office environment. We will show you exactly how to handle a casual phone call from an international client without panicking. You are definitely looking forward to that masterclass.
If this full masterclass gave you the confidence to stand up and speak at your next meeting, the subscribe button is right down there waiting for you.
Clicking it takes less than a second, and it signals to our creative team to keep producing these slow, clear, professional lessons for you.
Put away your presentation anxiety, practice your mirror homework tonight, and we will see you inside our next conversation class.
Bye-bye.
Bye!